Hi, and welcome back to the RCD Show, and thanks for tuning in. I'm sitting here with my guest, Claude "Butch" Morgan, who I'm extremely excited to have with us today. Claude, how long have you been playing? How long have you been doing what you do?
When somebody asks me that question, the first thing that pops into my mind is, man, I ought to be better than I am. Because I've been doing this since I was 13, and I'm not 13. And so, you know, I've been doing it professionally for 48 years. 48 years. Mm-hmm. See what I mean? So I should be a lot better.
And do you have influences that you follow, or is your stuff pretty much just your stuff? I mean, do you?
Well, I mean, you know, we all have everything influences us. So I do have music that I grew up with, and music that I loved, all the music of my parents, and you know, the old Ben Dorsey. Not Ben Dorsey. Do you know Ben Dorsey?
Name.
Yeah, he's the roadie for Willie Nelson, world's oldest roadie. But not Ben Dorsey, but Tommy Dorsey Band and all those old swing bands. And then Bob Wills and everybody. And of course, I liked the, you know, the 60s had all the Beatles and all this stuff. I loved all of that. And then, you know, the regular songwriters that everybody likes. I like all those people. But I never said, oh, I'm going to be, that's me. You know, that I never did that, you know, and so I didn't emulate other people. I never did cover tunes. I always wrote my own songs, and if people liked them, good, and if they didn't, I was okay.
Yeah. Well, and you play a lot of different venues, right?
I do.
You play everything.
I just played a church this morning before I came here. Had a 10 o'clock concert this morning at a Methodist church in San Antonio. I'm also a pastor, so I can marry people and bury people. I do that. You know, one I enjoy more than the other, of course, but you know, and I do that, and I play churches and schools and bars and listening rooms and festivals, and you know, just about any place that'll welcome me. I like to walk into.
Mm-hmm. And is it strictly in the state of Texas? Do you go all over the country?
I go all over the country, yes. I'm just fixing to go to Minnesota. I got a route up through from here up through Kansas and on up into the Dakotas, and then over to Minnesota, and then back down. I'll be gone in 3 weeks or so.
Wow. Well, Claude's going to entertain us with one of his originals, "Somewhere in Texas," and
I wrote it at Garner State Park, and I was trying to finish 4 or 5 other songs, and so I'd gone to Garner, my little travel trailer, and set up there, and I was with full intention of finishing these 4 or 5 songs I've been working on for a while. I never looked at them. I wrote this song instead.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, here's Claude "Butch" Morgan.
Alright, this is a little song called "Somewhere in Texas." It's paradise here most of the time, but there are some bad things going on on occasion. You don't have to ask many people to find that out. Oh man, been a beautiful day in Texas. Sky is blue, the sun is shining bright. I'm sitting here on the banks of the Guadalupe. Everything seems to be alright. Oh man, what a great day in Texas. Friends of mine call this place paradise. I might agree with this one thing, kinda perplexes me. You know, in paradise everything's nice, but somewhere somebody waits all alone. Somewhere there's a hand on a phone. Somewhere somebody stopped caring. They're just sitting there with the TV blaring. Somewhere somebody's hanging on tight. Somewhere somebody slips out of sight. Somewhere somebody We're just sitting there, smoking and drinking. But you know what, right now, it's a beautiful day in Texas. I got no burdens, I got no heavy loads. I'm packing a lunch, couldn't really say which way my next step is, but I'm gonna spend this day looking for some horny toads. Right here in Texas, somewhere in Texas, right here in Texas. Now somewhere, somebody's peddling dirt, and somewhere, some little kid's getting hurt, and somewhere, you know the hungry aren't fed. Somewhere, it's the Day of the Dead, and somewhere, somebody's starting a fight. Somewhere, somebody's pulling a knife. Somewhere, somebody's lying and cheating. Somebody somewhere is taking a beating. But you know what, right now, it's a beautiful day in Texas. I got no burdens, I got no heavy loads. I'm packing a lunch, couldn't really see which way my next step is, but I'm gonna spend this day looking for some horny toads. Right here in Texas, somewhere in Texas, right here in Texas. Texas.